Look at all these cars. See how much space they take up? Listen to all the noise they make. Breathe in how much pollution they fart. But what if it wasn't like that? What if, even for a single day, all these cars would just disappear?
No, we didn't use any special effects to make them go away, and nor is this the apocalypse. I wish. This is just Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, is a pretty big deal for observant Jews. The entire day is dedicated to prayer, and it's a fasting day, meaning you don't eat or drink anything. You also don't light any fires, nor use any electric things, nor drive a car.
Now, specifically, not using any electronics and not lighting fires, and thus not driving a car, is actually a thing for most observant Jews every holiday and every Saturday. But Yom Kippur is special, and even people who don't normally observe the Shabbat and other holidays sometimes do observe Yom Kippur's traditions. And so, quite a lot of people just don't drive on this day. So many of them that it's become tradition even among the completely non-religious, non-observant people. In fact, most people across the religious spectrum just don't drive on this day.
I'm really glad that this tradition managed to stick, making Kippur the perfect holiday for cyclists. Yom Kippur is a yearly reminder that the public space belongs to us humans, a yearly experiment in radical pedestrianization, and a way to visualize what the city would look like if it had no cars at all, turning the car infrastructure that oppresses and intimidates us every day into a city-sized playground. With no cars around, we're no longer confined to narrow sidewalks and patchy, unreliable bike paths. We don't have to wait forever just to cross the street. The endless roar of cars is gone, and pollution levels are consistently at a record low every year. And just listen to this day. Wouldn't you rather have our city sound like this? Instead of constant deafening car noises?
We usually tend to drive through this motorway, sometimes at pretty high speeds, always surrounded by other cars, so we can't quite see just how f***ing huge this place really is. But Yom Kippur's unique car-free experience lets us examine it up close. I think this one piece of lane line is longer than my couch. This speed limit sign is bigger than my head, and this directions sign is larger than my TV. We can go on and on with our usual urbanist agenda, explaining why cars are bad and inefficient. But to be honest, it's just fun to be able to ride safely on the road without having to be constantly on the lookout for murderous motorists and their deadly cars. Just do be careful, because there are still a few cars around, mostly emergency vehicles.
So if you're ever in Tel Aviv for Kippur, just make sure to have a bike or scooter you can use, and you're in for a blast. Hi folks, thanks for watching. In case you're actually planning to stay in Tel Aviv on Kippur, make sure to get yourself some food and water before the holiday starts, because once it does, literally every single store is going to be closed, except for maybe a few stores around Jaffa. And please be considerate. If you suspect someone might be fasting, then don't eat or drink anything in front of their face. Other than that, if you want to see some more videos about Tel Aviv and why cars suck, you can check out the rest of the videos on my channel, as well as press subscribe and the little bell icon to get next month's video delivered right to your phone. I'd also like to thank my newest Patreon patron, Ido Rice, as well as all my other Patreon patrons for supporting me on my quest to be a human. Thanks everyone, you're the best. Clicky text in the description, see you on the internet.